Welcome to my channel. My name is Lee. Here's another video to share with you. Before I get to the actual video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you leave a comment. And don't forget to click that bell for notification. I try to load videos at least 3 times a week for right now. Maybe more later, but right now 3 times a week is pretty much all the time I have. As you can see in the video, I'm headed somewhere on a bike. So if you get whiplash, I apologize up front. I apologize in advance. Trying to do this camera, trying to film and video is not always easy, even when you think you got the proper equipment. So anyway, as you can see, I am in Washington, D.C., and I decided I wanted to see what the area where the protesters were looks like when they're not here. This is a Saturday. It's a beautiful day. As you can see, all the signs from the Black Lives Matter, obviously the protester from George Floyd, who was killed by police in Minnesota. This is pretty much 16th Street and H, which is basically right in front of the White House. So this is what it looks like right now when there's not a protest. In fact, they was expecting another protest later on that evening, but obviously nothing to the size it was, you probably saw on television. So, all right, I'm just riding around, just kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. It looks like a mix of just tourists, curiosity seekers like me, vendors, and activists, people who's been here for a while and probably going to be here for a long time. I'm not sure what the street's going to look like later, but as you can see, it's blocked off. Give you a kind of bird's eye view of what's going on. Black Lives Matter. This is what it looks like. This is really in front of the White House, not right in front of the White House. Just so you know, this street, there's a park between this street and the White House. Well, actually, on the other side of the park is Pennsylvania Avenue, but that's basically closed. That's been closed for many, many years. So, but again, just get you an idea of what's kind of going on in the city. I mean, not in the city. In fact, when I rode around the city, it was almost empty. This seemed like everyone is here. As you can see, that's the White House right there. I'm going to get a little closer view so you can kind of see what's going on. Let's kind of ride through there. Now keep in mind, up until a few days ago, there was a fence here, so you couldn't even get past this point. But they took it down, and of course, all the posters and that was hanging up on it were put on the other side, what you just seen on the other side of the street. So that's where a lot of them went. A lot of volunteers put that over on the other side there. So, I mean, if you look at the number of people, I mean, I actually work in this general area, and this is kind of what it looks like, when it's not super busy, not a holiday, just a regular. I mean, DC is a tourist city, so we get a lot of tourists, especially to see the White House. But as you can see, it's, I mean, obviously this was unavailable a few days ago, because of the fence, but you can see it looks peaceful. I mean, the protests were peaceful anyway, but yeah. So let's kind of look and see what's going on. That's the White House right there. From my perspective, it looks like any other day. I walk through this area, not every day, but at least every other week, obviously before this pandemic, been going on. But I do kind of walk in this area because it's a nice area to walk. Let's kind of head back out to 16th Street. Now, just so you know, the address is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. That's why Pennsylvania is actually the street that's lining, the front of the White House. Again, there's plenty of people out here. I mean, again, if you ride around the city, it's almost like a ghost town. It seems like everybody's in town and just right here. Now, granted, it's about 11, 12 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning. This is just weird for a Saturday. from our perspective, for someone who lives in the city, this is it's weird. So anyway, I don't know how long they're gonna be here. I mean, we're still technically in phase one of the pandemic uh, thing, so it's not odd that our city is closed, just like any other city, but we're probably one of the last ones to actually, go into phase one. And we may stay there a little while, because of this protest. I think the city government is still trying to figure out how much has the protests affected the the local areas for us, you know, whether or not a lot of people are affected or not. So I don't know if we'll just move into phase two anytime soon. I think they may do a modified phase two. But as you can see, there's a lot of posters. That's still a portion of the fence right there. That's some of the posters. Of course, obviously the fence, I mean the portion that was taken down, they put it on the other side of the road on a construction site. So don't know what's going to happen when the construction site's good, taken down, but it's paper, so a lot of stuff gonna get thrown away anyway. So I assume a lot of the museums in the area may want some of that for history. We'll see. So again, it's blocked off. This whole area is just blocked off. I am about to pass a church where the famous photo op was taken with a Bible. That's the church right there. I had to kind of do another U-turn to sort of give you a good glimpse of it. It's a beautiful church, actually, beautiful color. But that's where the famous photo op was taken, right there, with the Bible as a prop. There are some people, obviously, who's been camped out, and I wouldn't be surprised if they still there a couple months from now. In fact, that may be where they've been all this time. I don't know. Maybe we're disturbing his neighborhood, so he or she. So still a lot of people around. Now I'm actually going to head into the other area, which is, as you can see from the barricade, it's still kind of blocked off. And I don't know if you saw the Black Lives Matter, that was painted on the road. I'm headed to that right now. Again, sorry about the camera. I kind of underestimated GoPro when I put it on wide. I didn't realize the wide would just be this wide and get a good portion of the bike. I could have angled it more, but again, not underestimating how wide this thing was. As you can see, obviously I don't have an air view, so I can't really capture what it looks like. But I'm sure everyone has seen. It said Black Lives Matter right here. So this is the area where it's been painted. But as you can see, there's a lot of people here still. Well, not a lot of people, but there's quite a few people here. Most of them are just vendors, people walking, curious, just trying to figure out what's going on, looking to see, just. I think people are just curious. I was. I live in the city. We had a curfew for a while. Obviously, there's a lot of people down here. And when you live in the city, traffic getting there is not always easy unless you're already down there. So I think just pretty much a photo op right here today, and I think it's going to be like that for a little while. As you can see, a lot of vendors selling shirts. Some street dancers, street performers. I guess they're trying to make a little hustle themselves. So, I think I came at the tail end of his performance. Otherwise, I would have captured on video. Yeah, this is just another angle of the area. Probably got more of the road than I should have, but again, I apologize for that. I know what you're saying. I should have just got up and walked. I should have, but again, I thought I'd be able to coast through this area on my bike, but I just underestimated the people just walking in and everywhere. And of course, I don't want to hit anybody. So, but hey, but that's it. So now you got a somewhat of an idea of what the area looks like, you know, after the protest. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.